What is up, everybody? So, YCS Düsseldorf 2019 ended today. The event was insane. Starting off by saying, shoutouts to Yu-Gi-Oh! For being such a game that's been growing and growing and growing despite how cancerous it is, despite how crappy the player base can be at times, despite how unfair we feel like Konami treats us and handles the game. The game is growing, the game is not dying. At one point, I was on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dying bandwagon, but numbers don't lie. I'm a numbers guy, and with that being said, YCS Düsseldorf broke records. The event was so huge, guys, they literally had to split it into two YCS. They probably had about 3,000 people show up for the event. That's including people walking around the floors playing side events. They had to take the first 2,200 people and keep them in one venue. They sent out another 400 to 600 people to another venue. They had to run out on the day just to hold this mega event. I think this is the first time a YCS had to get split up into two separate events on the same day without preparation to hold it out. You know, Konami of America would have been like, well, it's capped. Bye. But Europe was actually considerate of the fact that people do travel from different countries and, you know, play this game. So shout out to Europe and doing this YCS properly. So for this video, I'm mainly going to be focusing on the main YCS, which they call YCS Düsseldorf number 1, which had 2,200 players. The other YCS, Düsseldorf number 2, had 600 plus players. I don't know how relevant that will be to the meta. I mean, the deck that won was Sky Strikers. Sky Strikers haven't won an event since its inception. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. And yeah, they won the second event. I consider it more of like a mega regionals. I don't know, because originally they said it was gonna be a mega regionals, but they decided to turn it into its own separate thing with additional pricing, etc. So, with all that being said, that's a mouthful. Let's get into it. Without further ado, let's begin.
Ice on my wrist, looking kinda cool. Bad bitch with me, she ain't tryna move. Niggas staring at me, what you tryna do? Got me looking at my watch, and it's time to do.
Started off by saying, yeah, man, the event had a lot of people, and top 64 was as follows. Get it right here on my computer. 28 Salamangreats in the main event. 28. And I predicted more. I thought it would have been more of like 60% of the top cut being Salamangreat, but I guess a lot of other decks got fight in them. Salamangreat being a budget-esque entry-level deck, I think the reason why only 28 got in here I think the reason why only 28 Salamangreat decks made it instead of more Salamangreat decks made it is because, for one, the deck is still new. So there's no refined version of the best version of it yet. I mean, I see a lot of people playing goofy things like the, what's that engine called? The Artifact engine, which is pretty solid, but I personally feel like going second, that version is bad. Like, I mean, you have to start off the artifacts. I mean, it's good going first. If you pull it off, you pull it off, but I know a lot of people was running that build. People still did good with it, but with variables and everything, if you're running that build, I can see why you did not do well. A lot of people probably was playing budget versions, which knocked people's chances of topping out of the park. I think ultimately, as the format goes on, we're going to see more and more Salamangreat decks take the top slot. There's no set deck list for it. Yeah, I mean, people do good with it, but no one's won an event just yet. I think the deck list is going to be probably more defined as the guy that got second place. He fucking punted that game so hard, but we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, 28 Salamangreats, 10 Thunder Dragons though. This surprised me because I thought Thunder Dragons, okay, I thought I was going to die out, honestly, because I thought Salamangreats was going to take it over. Thunder Dragon being an expensive deck, but the fact that, you have your Thunder Dragon Colossus that says no searching, that's huge. And then I'm pretty sure half of these builds at top was running the Danger engine, and that's another thing too. Konami got to do something about that, because there is no way in hell the winner of YCS Düsseldorf number 1 should be doing good. I feel like there's a lot of decks that shouldn't be good as they are because they're running Danger engine. 15 Upstart Goblins. I saw a meme on Facebook that somebody said 15 Upstart Goblins. Your deck Orcas did not win. The Dangerous won. Konami needs to do something about the dangers. It's really unfair. I mean, they're free bodies. I mean, we all know it's going to happen eventually. It seems like too good of an engine to do. I predict one day Konami probably going to hit everything down in one. But then again, if they do that, it's like you still got all these upstart goblins. So I don't know. Konami has to find a way to make the danger engine now that's relevant. I mean, we do have a Abyssal Weather to kind of attack them, but yeah, man, it's too good, too good. But yeah, man, shout out to Thunder Dragons. Not surprised, just I think moving forward, as people realize how weak the deck is against Salamangreats, you're going to see a lot less players play the deck. Because the finals of the day one of the main event was Danger Orcus. I think Orcus is like an OTK-ish deck. I don't know too much about the deck personally. Versus Salamangreat. And truthfully, Salamangreat should have won. It's just a guy, they went to time and the guy made a big misplay, which all happens. It happens to everybody. People was bashing, but it happens to everybody. When you're playing high-level Yu-Gi-Oh! Or high-level anything, you're bound to choke up. You're under pressure. You're excited. You're about to win. There's a lot of things that go on. I mean, it's easy from somebody from the outside looking in saying, oh, he player, he's a scrub, versus being up there in high level yourself. Trust me, I've been there. Like, I've played, not in Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, even though I got my little credentials in Yu-Gi-Oh, I've gotten second place at a major event for Naruto, and it sucks. It sucks so bad because you're about to win, and you just lose. And you go to game 3. That's the worst part. You win that first game, you're like, yeah, I'm finna win. And then you end up losing. That sucks, man. So cut the guy some slack. Yeah, he misplayed. It happens to the best of us. All we can do from this point on is he learn from his mistake and do better at his next event. So yeah, man, off that little rant, just, I don't know, like, it's just kind of like, the play made me cringe. I'm like, come on, what are you doing? Tap for game, tap for game. You have no other play to make. And he just punched it, set 2 pass. We're like, I think he was just playing too fast. Like, he had something in his mind, and he realized, crap, what am I doing? It happens to the best of us, man. The 9 Sky Strikers, I think moving forward, Sky Strikers is gonna just fall out of the meta. The deck's not that good. Like, the deck literally loses to Kaiju. Like, obviously a skilled Sky Striker player, like the guy who won the YCS Düsseldorf #2, is gonna put in work. Multi-rolls a card, but only 9 of them topped this event, and Salamangreat just came out. So you gotta think about how good are a lot of the Salamangreat players who topped the event versus moving forward, how good those same players will be with the deck. The deck's still fresh. Everyone still haven't worked out their playtesting kinks with the deck despite the amount of time they put in. So I think as time go on and players get more familiar with the deck, decks like Sky Striker and Thunder Dragon is going to see a hard time. We're going to see Salamangreat take up like 50% of the top cut, which it pretty much almost did anyway. But then we had 2 Danger Orcus, one of them won, of course. Like I said, I believe Orcus is an OTK deck. Guys, tell me how that works in the comment section down below. I mean, the Danger engine is too good. Crusader, same thing. I think it's like an OTK deck. Subterra Guru Control made it. So 2 of these made it. Honestly, this deck is a little underwhelming to me, only because I thought the deck was going to be better than what it was. Playtesting online against Guru Control, I can tell you the deck is lit. Once it goes off and start getting a lot of control on the board, it's GG no re. But 2 of them making it, I guess it kind of has that rogue status, because it is a set deck, and with Salamangreat slicing through back row like a hot knife through butter, I'm not surprised that the deck, only 2 of these made it. I think it's going to be one of those decks that it can always sneak into a top cut, but it'll never win. The 2 of the True Draco, it feel like every YCS now, True Draco is that rogue deck that just keep coming back and just topping for people, because it's a good deck. Like, when the Spell and Traps go to the graveyard, they have destruction abilities. A lot of people are playing the Monarch variant of the deck, where you play Domain to shut off the extra deck, and you play the Trap card to shut off monster effects. Me personally playing against that deck at regionals is very annoying, so not surprised 2 of them made it. And then top cut, he got smacked up due to breaking or side decking, because the deck can brick. Then Lunalight, with time being a thing, you're bound to happen. And then 8 others. Other could be whatever. So yeah, man, that was pretty much the top 64 of the main event. The key card of this event, though, I'm gonna talk about this card right here. Now, I didn't know what this card did until recently. This card, I didn't even know it existed until recent. But it just got hyped up out of nowhere. It's called Fantastical Dragon Phantazmay, or May. It looks like Thanos, bro. This is pretty much Thanos. I'm gonna call it Thanos. Like, this card's fucking Thanos. And he has a lit effect. Came out in Savage Strike. He's already an $85 card. It says, if your opponent's special summons a Link monster, or monsters except during the damage step. You can special summon this card from your hand. Draw cards equal to the number of link monsters your opponent controls +1. So if they have 1 link monster, you draw 2, and etc. Then shuffle cards from your hand into the deck equal to the number of link monsters they control. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a monster or monsters you control, quick effect. You can discard 1 card and then get the activation. If you do destroy it, you can only use each effect of Phantazmay Dragon once per turn. Honestly, this is one of the best hand traps ever printed. Hands down, best hand trap. I will run this card. It's just too rich for my blood, bro. This card is broken. Like, it's really good. If you guys have it, don't trade it. I say hold it off right now if you plan on playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. But on the flip side, if you do have it and you want to make some extra cash, sell it. I don't see it getting more than 85 bucks because people did top without running this card. So it's not a necessity for the format to run Thanos, but it's just a good card to have. So yeah, key card of the weekend is Fantastical Dragon Phantazmay Savage Strike Yu-Gi-Oh. So the second YCS, like I said, a lot of people just played regular decks. I think it was a lot of Salamangreats and Sky Strikers ended up getting it. Multi-roll is just too much good of a card. And I'm just scrolling through Zodiac Duels right now, and people are saying, should Sky Strikers get the hit because they want a YCS? I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, once again, this is the first YCS Sky Strikers actually won, which, then again, can you really consider the YCS being only 600 people? Let me know in the comment section down below. I consider it a mega regional, so of course they can win a regionals. They can win a 600 plus player event. Not taking any credentials from the guy who won. It's just that when you have a less amount of people, there's less chances of you playing against more skilled caliber players than if you're playing against an easier amount of players who came to the venue late. You have a better chance of beating people. Once again, not discrediting anybody. That's just what the common people are going to think just from going based off of what happened. And then there's a lot of rogue decks who made top 64. I believe Lithium. Shout out to Lithium 2300 for getting a lot of the deck profile. Like Necros bubbled it, went 8-3. Lair and Foreigners went 9-3. True Dark Warrior Orcus made 3rd place. I mean, there's a lot of Sky Strikers got top 4 in the second build. But yeah, man, Düsseldorf is insane. I think the Yu-Gi-Oh meta, just looking at the meta game right now, it's pretty open for the most part, but Salamangreat definitely shook things up on the role player side. And I think moving forward, a lot of players are going to be either against Salamangreat and want the deck to get hit, versus for Salamangreat and want the deck to not get hit. Me personally, I know the deck is OP. I can see Gazelle getting hit down to 1 in the future, and then it's going to hurt the deck's playability. But I think it's going to be one of those decks that's like BA, where once it get hit, it's still going to be playable for years on end until Konami make another Master Rule 5 or Master Rule 6 to kind of cut the deck out. But yeah, man, YCS Düsseldorf was insane. The first ever 2 YCS that got split up on the day of. Tell me what you guys think about the event. Comment section down below. Like, once again, the finals was insane. Salamangreat should have won. It should have won, but man, that pressure kicks in. When the pressure kicks in, it's ain't nothing you can do, man. So I feel bad for the guy who punted the finals, because it was like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? So yeah, man, tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I'm uploading videos as much as I can throughout the week. Also, I'm on a road to 15K. So once again, guys, if we can get to 15K subs by the end of this month, I will be debuting a new Master Hero deck profile just for you guys for the current format. So if you guys want to see that, help me get to 15K by the end of this month, and I got you guys, all right? So with all that being said, once again, it's YGO, bringing you guys that spicy Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I'm signing out. Peace.